Okay, this is episode one of the 122 So Much Stupid show. Uh, we're gonna build a better set and everything, have like real cool guests and things like people like heroes and gangsters and like rich and like real drug addicted but got over it and like all kinds of all the good stuff, right? I don't know. It's called the 122 So Much Stupid show. There is so much stupid in the universe that I just have to say it that way to get at it because I don't know. I don't know how else to be about how much stupid happens every single day. I mean, I see the news. It's just people losing their minds. I don't want to talk about work. There's these types of situations that happen at work. I work at a country club. Okay, I have a full time job. I work almost 60 hours a week as a security guard, and I do legal document assistance and contract paralegal work. And I'm working to build my little business. And I have a little software website, software as a service, docupletionforms.com, and apexlawservice.com is um, my site for my LDA work. And I do process serving, so I do some skip tracing. Um, the country club where we work, the residents are great. Sometimes they get mad at us, and sometimes they're just like not seeing one of our rules the right way. Usually they calm down, but this thing that happens every day, um, people show up and we have to check for their driver's licenses, right? And every day people go, "Oh, come on!" They just like shows a passport card. They'll be like, "Come on, this is better. It's bigger. It's the federal government." Like, no, it's to see that you have the right to drive and then therefore probably driver's insurance, vehicle insurance. I mean, whatever should be called driver's insurance. But and then that's the rule, and then the community then gives us the right to let you in. We're not allowed to let anybody in without a driver's license. I mean, people get mad because it's like their parents' houses and stuff, and they're going to visit them, and they forget, and they've driven 2 counties away. And oh, I forgot my driver's license. Um, I just get to the end of the day. Like one of my coworkers today asked me, and I have a 4 hour shift on Saturdays. I work 7 days a week, but one of the shifts is 4 hours. But recently, my coworkers have been marveling at the fact that I'm working 7 days. I've been working 7 days a week for like I worked 120 straight days twice this year. And I'm working on a third little segment like that. I was working at a gas station as well as doing security. And then before, when I was doing process serving full time, um, I did 120 straight days of work. And my coworkers are like, "Whoa!" Because now that I quit the gas station, I picked up a 4 hour shift on my day off at the country club, and it's usually nothing going on, right? No one wants to do anything Saturday morning. Um, but it's like, oh, they like pick my one pet peeve is when people are like, "Oh wow, you're working a lot of hours." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working a lot of hours." Wow. Like, well, are you all right? I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all right." Well, stop it, knock it off. I only get irritated when you guys ask me about about working all these hours. Then my other coworker, he's he's never he doesn't. My other coworkers and I work in a really busy time of the day, so I don't. They don't bug me, but like they'll like be like they'll yell and their voices are like I get like irritated. But I'm not really mad at anything. I'm just like, we're security guards and we're supposed to be a little irritable all day, I guess. Um, but my one other coworker, he says, "So, Poke, what's the part of this job that you like the most?" I go, I just think in my head, it's a job. I mean, I'm glad I have a job. I like getting home from work, eating a sandwich, like all these things that have to do with not being at work. I don't know. It's just the futility of working to start a small business. and spending all my time and then getting home and just like it's sort of another stupid, I guess. It feels stupid. You need to save more money, but um, I don't know. There's just so much stupid in the world. Like it seemed like a better idea right when I started filming this video to call it this. The 122 So Much Stupid podcast. I have a 122 IQ, so I'm no genius, right? I might have said that in the beginning, and I totally forget. But like, there's these things that I think should be done differently, just like in a different order, and I don't need to hear it twice. Like if I don't, there's not like a glimmer of recognition on my face. Someone says something, they're like, "No, did you get it? Did you get it?" I'm like, "What? Yes, I got it. I didn't just. You said it. I heard it. It was duly noted. I don't know how to respond to some things because they're so mundane." Um, that's that. I'm not having a freak out or a falling down experience where I'm gonna like freak out about the cheeseburger not looking how it looks behind the counter in the advertisement. Go running down the freeway in traffic, even though there's like an hour and a half of traffic to get home from Oceanside to Escondido now. I take my law school finals. Oh yeah, I'm in a distance law school, so a lot of times with security, I will think of something else like a customer service type of thing, or like someone's principle that they're talking about, and be like, like I'll talk to them like empathetically, and my coworkers want me to just like make people obey, and I go, people don't obey. So you guys are like always like all day. And I think it takes more time to do that. This is a stupid thing. I think these guys make stuff a more bigger deal than it needs to be, and then it takes twice as long. But they've made sure to lay down the law and tell someone that there's a rule and they're breaking it, rather than take some time to explain. Um, so I've had to like strike a middle ground between like I don't know, like only sometimes bring. You cannot bring stuff up all the time when you're so drastically a different direction of a style of a way of dealing with people. Um, you can't bring stuff up every single time there's some little thing. So I just like I kind of have this look on my face all day, like when something's going on. And I'll just laugh about it, right? I'll be like, ha ha ha, those fucking rule breakers, right? I don't know. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast is something we'd always say in the Marine Corps. Um, whatever we were doing to compete, like we do things like M16 reloading drills, right? To see who can reload their M16 fastest and rechamber around and get back on target. And I'd always fucking win, just like in tennis in high school. You don't need to do wasted motion. People will be like, like you know, nervous. I'm like, all right, you gotta calm down. For one, grunts don't get that way. You get made the hell fun of if you get that nervous, right? But we were mechanics, and I worked on the Abrams tank, and and it's like tennis because like people go to serve the ball and they go like this and they go and then throw the ball up and hit it. Growing up, training was you get the ball next to your racket, you put it down once, take it to the very bottom of how far you're going to throw it from. You throw it up once, and then you hit the ball. Boom, one solid motion. And sometimes I think there's an urgency where you feel like you want to make it look like you're doing something, like you're responding, like you're taking the job seriously, but you don't realize I'm actually doing it faster than you are because you're making an agitated, nervous energy. I'm doing one fluid motion. That's what everything I ever do is. And that's how I end up, without you knowing, doing things faster than you're doing. Um, but that's what it's from. I mean, it's from a philosophy. It's not from me being better. It's a better way of doing things. And so I don't know how I bring that up because it does hurt people's feelings when you point it out in any across the board in all of life, like stuff like that. I guess I just have to keep doing it by example. I don't really get miffed at work. I just like think, oh man, why are we doing this way? Why? It's not a. I don't think it's futile of a thing. I want to start a security guard business along with my little private investigation, aiming at becoming a private investigator business for my LDA business. I think it's a good set of things to put all together. I have a holding trust. It's called Praxis Holdings, and the idea is if you're a business I'm doing work for, you can give a future income stream from whatever it is we're working on to Praxis Holdings to lower the invoices for the other three businesses. One is Sentinel Trust. It owns DocuPletionForms.com and RetainerCrypto.online. And um, that's a crypto utility token that you, like, let's say you're going to do something for me. It's going to take you 6 months and it's going to cost $6,000. And you want to know the money's there. Well, so if I gave you all the money, then you'd maybe do all the work and leave with the money, or do all the work you say you're going to do, but leave with the money. I'd say with RetainerCrypto.online, you commit the $6,000 of RCO, is what the utility token is going to be, to the transaction. But then I pull the trigger on incremental milestone distributions to you as you get parts of the job done. So you know it's there. I can't pull it back out unless you turn your Oracle key and I turn mine. Um, and that's it. And I know you're still like working to make the money. And if there's a bigger distribution for materials at some point, you just make a larger distribution. That's that. DocuPletionForms.com is a fledgling expert law system. It's a conditional logic contact form. These things are meant to save people time. They ask different questions based on people's answers to previous questions you have on your website, or you give it to someone after talking with them so they can answer all these different questions. It's meant to mimic the actual logic tree of what you would ask someone based on the different things that they have going on and whatever their situation is. Now, doing security, we have a basic expert document system. It's an internal document system. On DocuPletionForms.com, up in the corner, it says My Book. I write about this stuff. The universality and co-centricity of expert systems, expert marketing, expert document, and expert law systems. Documents are internal, but you're still selecting a different document based on different questions that are asked and all the little parameters that fit based on the way the questions are asked, based on how someone else answers them. So you set up that logic tree first. Expert law system, you're giving those documents externally, and you're saying, based on the way you've answered these questions, you have indicated that these are the documents that you need, and so on and so forth. So the difference between how a lawyer would use that and how someone who's not a lawyer would use that is they would give more of a phraseology of, hey, the significance of this choice is this other choice is this other set of things, and of this third choice is another set of things. As someone goes, they're making informed decisions along the way. You'd still want to do that as an attorney, but as someone just putting together an expert law system, the point is to really point out that they are making the choice based on these different elements of the whole situation. So we use that in security. We have like different types of contact incident reports inside of the program TrackTick. You can private label TrackTick for any security guard business. I think also it's because I'm not the supervisor, and so my buddies get nervous, like we're not getting something done. I'm like, I feel like I'm not in a position to say calm down. Whereas that's all I really want to say is like, hey, calm down. I don't know. I think it works better if you approach things more calmly. Um, that's that. Expert marketing systems, you have things like um, email series, you have like automatic connection request programs for LinkedIn that then send a hey, thank you, and then you pull emails out of that and send someone an email in the email series to see what they really want to do. If they're like, you just like give them a little bit like, hey, click this if you'd like to keep hearing about stuff that pertains to what we do, basically. So that if you have a double opt-in like that, people feel it's less spammy. You're like, all you say is when someone connects with you, you say, "Hey, thanks for connecting. This is really awesome. I have this email newsletter series that we send out to people who connect with us. You can opt out right here. It's no problem. But we just this is all it is. We write information about how to do something in general that people across a multitude of industries who have to work with legal documents need to make sure of, and people who have employees need to make sure of. Usually, we have something about employment law and about document retention and destruction based on HIPAA and GDPR. They're kind of in opposition to each other. Man, stuff can get so stupid. There's so much stupid. Like you need to have a driver's license to drive, right? So people are yelling at us because they don't bring their driver's license. Free. I like my job well enough. I just kind of tend to think like 100 things every day should be like I just am about to respond and someone's yelling I should have responded the other way. And I just think, how did you guys get into this holding pattern of thinking that these things all have to be that exact way? I don't think when we have these random people, I do not think that they're learning any lesson. They show up once or twice ever and they never come back just by the very nature of what they're doing for someone. They're just some random person who somebody's paying to show up to do some dumb crap for them, you know? It's like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean get in line? What do you mean you have to be on this? What do you mean they called me? Yeah, I'm supposed to be here. Dude, this is a gated community, bro. T.I. got a DUI in his own gated community. You're going to get turned around and not make any money today. That's fun. It's fun. Maybe this is a one video podcast.